Hello, my beautiful, amazing crochet family. I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady-Samoan, and we are back with another all over the place crochet broadcast. Yes, 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 y'all. Listen, if you have something that you are working on, if you are crocheting something, listen, you may want to go ahead and get you a little drink, or you can grab your hook, whatever it is that you want to do. But I'm going to yippity yap 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 on this video because I want to talk to y'all a little bit about beanies. Okay, beanie season is around the corner. This video idea has been on my mind for a while, and I said, you know what, we are going to sit in front of this camera, turn this camera on, and we're going to talk to our crochet family. Okay. So I hope y'all are having the most beautiful, amazing day. And I want to just share with y'all because I feel like there's some basics that goes into beanies that sometimes, we can overwhelm ourselves when we see so many different variations of a thing. But today I want to just talk a little bit about the basic beanie. Like, I want to show y'all some basic beanies that I have been working on, and I want to show you kind of like how my mind works when it comes down to actually creating beanies. Okay. And I had to learn this because one thing that I actually, once I got this in my head, it made everything when it came to crochet a little easier. And that thing is, crochet is basic mathematics: adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. And I call those things, as a educator, I call it my foundational education. Like, well, I call it foundational education, right? Because are the core. It's my core, but I also look at it as the foundation because we can always build upon these things. If you can understand, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, listen, you got crochet like this. And I think it's very important because once you understand how to increase, how to decrease, and all of these other little things when it comes down to crochet, you'll be able to not only read patterns, but you can create your own patterns, or you can create a foundational pattern for a beanie, or it could be an amigurumi, or whatever it is that you're working on. Okay, so getting into the beanie stuff, there's a foundation that I like to use. And I started off at first, and I still go back to this. My whole thing is for the base of my beanie, I want to get to 60 stitches, right? Now, you may see on some of my tutorials, I started out with 10 stitches, but for the sake of this video, we are going to talk about starting with 12 double crochet into the magic ring. Okay, so I start with 12 double crochet, and I'm going to put like something on the screen, and this is just the base. This is my base of what I use when it comes down to making beanies. And my base starts with 12 double crochets, and we increase until we get to 60 stitches. So we start out with 12, and increasing means, just like a lot of us may know, but for the people that do not know, increasing means we're adding a stitch to each round. So when you start with 12, you're adding 12 more stitches to each round. So for my second round, I'm adding 12. My third round, I'm going to add another 12 stitches. And how we add those rounds are increases, which I like to say, two stitches that goes together. One by itself, two and three is together. And we increase along the way until we make this beautiful circle to get to 60 stitches. And I'll have that basic of that pattern up there on the screen. I do have some videos on a playlist of some tutorials I've done with some hats and stuff that you can kind of go and look in. But for this conversation, we're just really talking about basic beanies, right? So once I figured out what I wanted my base to be, and I'm comfortable with 60, I have to get comfortable with what crochet hook I wanted to use. Now, I'm a person, y'all. You got some people that like to use smaller hooks. I like to use the bigger hooks. 5mm, 5.5mm, or 6mm. Those are like my golden three right there. Like, I love it. I love it. You can't go wrong. I feel like you can't go wrong with any, but then when you start dropping down on your sizes, you have to, on your millimeter of your hooks, you have to remember, like, for the circumference of your hat. I think it's called that when it goes around your head. If you drop your hook size, it's going to get smaller. So instead of 60 stitches, you may have to go to 72 stitches, and that's okay. That's okay. But for this conversation, we're going to talk about leading with my golden three, which are 5mm, 5.5mm, and a 6mm hook. Those are my golden three for this conversation, because I am going to end my beanie with 60 stitches. If I wanted to drop hook size, like I said, I will drop my hook size, but go up or surpass the 60 stitches. But for the sake of this, golden three, 5mm, 5.5, or 6mm, we can use to accomplish a basic beanie. And we are using 6 double crochets into a magic ring, increasing up. So then one thing, this is a basic beanie that I did, and this one was using a 5mm crochet hook. Let me see, is this my 5? Yes, my 5mm crochet hook. And this is just a basic beanie. I did the 6, I did the increases up to 60. And let me make sure, because I don't want to tell y'all something that I didn't do when I did, you know. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows of double crochet for this basic beanie with a 5mm crochet hook. And then the 15th row, I did a half double crochet. You can go up. The beautiful thing about the beanies is that you can increase the rows. Like if you want to go down and make more, I'm gonna show y'all that, because I got one that I did because I wanted it to be the slouchy beanie. But let me put this one on because I got my hair like this, and you're gonna see this one is a little tighter. So, and I wanted to talk about this too. So this is how this basic beanie looks on my head, and this one is when I did the 5mm crochet hook, 14 rows. On the 15th row, we did a basic half double crochet. This is a nice basic beanie if you just need something to cover your head to go out, or you can customize this basic beanie as well. This is a cute start foundation for something if you want to do like I was thinking about customizing this one for one of my sons because we're going to see the Spider-Man movie. So I was thinking about putting like the Spider-Man eyes and probably making the webs. I think that would be super cute. A basic beanie can go from basic to like something you'd be like, whoa, look at this. You know, so that's why I actually like the basic beanie. There's so much you can do. If you want to just wear it like this, that's fine. But I would say using the 5mm hook for me, because also I do have a lot of hair. So for me, the 5mm is a little tight, but it's a little snug, I'll say. But we all know with crochet, guess what happens? This right here is going to stretch out. So even if you use a 5mm, it may start out a little snug on your head, but as you keep wearing it, it's going to loosen up. That's just the nature of what crochet is. You know, it's going to actually loosen up. So that's one of the perks that I like when it comes down to crochet. It's like, listen, even if you wanted to use a 5.5mm hook, I would say that one is for a slightly larger head. And for the 6mm crochet hook, that is going to be very slouchy, very like, I want to say baggy, but I'm thinking baggy along the lines of pants. I think we're going to just say slouchy. We're going to say slouchy. And I'm going to show y'all that because I did this beanie right here. And this is what I was talking about. This right here is considered my, let me get it out. Why? This is my 6mm crochet hook beanie that I made, and it is the slouchy beanie. That's what I was looking for, y'all, the slouchy beanie. And I actually went down. I did my increases up to 60, and I just extended the hat. That's all I did. Extended the hat for 25 rounds. 20, like I did, let's see. Yep, on the 25th round, instead of doing one row of double crochet, I just did a half double crochet, right? So the beautiful thing about this too that I wanted to talk about was you can add 2 different colorways to your beanie to give it a new unique look. So what I did, I said, okay, typically when I do my 60, increase to 60, that's 5 rows. I said, okay, let's change every 5 rows. Blue, 5 rows, brown 5, blue 5, brown 5. That's the thing when I say basic addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. Because I was like, okay, if I go down 25 and I'm 5 rounds stops with the increase, how much do I divide these up in order to make the colors look very nice together and uniform? So I'm going to put this one on. Like I said, this is with a 6mm crochet hook. This is a 6mm crochet hook slouchy hat. And look at that. I think it's absolutely cute. And you know, with the slouchy beanies, you can kind of do any like slouchy beanies. If you watch one of my last videos where I talked about crochet being fashion, y'all listen. Slouchy beanies is like it's that thing. It's that thing that's like total fashion. It is total fashion because you can mix the colorways. You can actually change, like instead of doing 5 rows when before you change the color, you can do every 2 row, or you can get scrappy with it and do a whole scrappy beanie with the slouchy. This right here is with the 6mm crochet hook. It fits my head really well. I will say this is a one size fits most feel for me, because as I crochet with the 6mm hook, I know it's going to get a little like I don't crochet that tight, so it's a little loose. And like I said, once you wear it, it's going to stretch out. So if you're okay having more of a looser fit, but it's more versatile too, because you can do so much more. Now, me personally, I love the slouchy beanies. That's just something. It's like I'm not really big on wearing the crochet hats that I make. And I think it's because I wear larger frames and sometimes it's hard to wear crochet. But this right here is looking really, really cute. I think this is something that I can actually wear over time and feel very good about. And I don't have to worry about it crawling up on my head or messing with my glasses or anything like that. And then, like I say, you can wear it just like this if you want to just to hang that way. It's so versatile. Now, for the slouchy beanie, all I do, like I said, 25 rows after I do my increases to 60. That's all I do. On my last row, I give it a half double crochet, only because I'm like, it kind of brings it in just a little, not much. If you wanted a tighter feel around the edge, go with a single crochet. That's the beauty in crochet. Like I always say too, it's so versatile. You can kind of play with it. And what I wanted to do in this video was just talk about the core of beanies, the basics of the beanies. Because we could take something that looks like this, and I went only 14 rows down. My 15th row was a half double crochet row, right? But if I kept going to 25, I have a whole slouchy beanie, which changes the look totally. It's a whole complete different look. And even with the slouchies, and I'm not going to do it right here with this one because I have to take it off and listen. You can fold it. So your slouchy beanie can become a folded beanie. You know, so there's so many different ways. Now, I think this year, when it comes to beanie season, I'm going to do a lot of the slouchy beanies. I believe that the slouchy beanies are my thing. I think I'm just in a season to where I want to do more so of the things that kind of I like, that resonates more with me, instead of trying to figure out like doing 101 things that someone may throw at you and say, can you make this? Can you make this? Can you make this? And there's no enjoyment out of that for me. Now, I know some people who would thrive in that arena. Like, yeah, throw it at me. I'm going to make it. But for me, I feel like I'm going to just focus on things that I genuinely love to make, love to create. And for this season, y'all are going to see a lot of slouchy beanies if I'm making hats. Because I've done, y'all, I think I had myself out with the bucket hats. We're trying to do so many different kind of hats. It's like I've had myself out. But I do find so much joy, so much excitement, so much love when it comes down to the slouchy beanies. So I'm going to focus more on a slouchy beanie this season coming up. We weather getting a little chilly. We're going to slouchy beanie it. And I'm excited to play with the different colorways and see what things I can kind of put together, y'all. I don't know why, but this brown and blue, because it's brown and blue. It may look black. I hope it's showing up as blue. This brown and blue has been doing something to me that I just couldn't get rid of using that yarn. And I actually made an actual bow, which I'm gonna have a video talking about the bow soon. But I did a bow out of the brown and blue too. Okay, y'all, this brown and blue has got me in a chokehold. But with that being said, I just wanted, like I said, to talk to y'all a little bit about the beanies. I call it a cozy, let's call this a cozy beanie video where we just chatting about, you know, some of the things that I find that make it easy for me to make a basic beanie. And of course, this is for someone who already knows how to crochet, typically in a magic circle. And like I said, I'm going to put it, or it should already be up here, how I did the increases up to 60. Very basic, very like versatile. I think, I mean, it's a lot of people use it, you know, for the base of their hat. But however long you extend it out, it's up to you. What hook size you use is up to you. Like I say, I am talking strictly for my golden 3 between that 5mm, 5.5mm, and 6mm. You're going to get you a hat that is so versatile and that can fit most people when you play in that arena. The 6mm hook, I would say, is more so with, you know, if you have big curls, if you have more hair or a larger head, the 6mm would be really, really well. If you say, okay, more so in the medium head size, let's go with that 5.5mm. But if you have like from teenager to even a little bit younger, you can play around with the 5mm hook. So it just depends. Just play around with it, see what you love. It's no right or wrong. It's all about what you feel, what you love, and that's what you should go with. Okay. So with that being said, I hope y'all have the most beautiful, amazing day. I want you to always remember that I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady Samoan, and I will see you next time.